It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Here we are with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel Shaquille O'Neal, Ernie Johnson. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. The fans are filling the seats in San Antonio, the site of our broadcast, and where the Spurs will be going up against the Phoenix Suns. Well, for the Suns, their goal tonight is to play with the same type of effort at both ends of the court. They can't afford to let up at the defensive end, and that's a message I'm sure has been communicated to them in the locker room. Spurs head coach Greg Popovich, adding to his already lengthy resume, taking the helm of the U.S. men's basketball team. Do you like him as the pick? Kenny?
Well, without question, if you think about sports, he might not just be the most respected basketball coach. He might be the one most respected in sports in general. And, you know, he was assistant in the national team since 2002. He obviously knows the international game, and the players love him. And his style of play, everyone touches the ball, Shaq. Not one guy's just going to dominate.
And, you know, Pop is all about putting aside ego, working as a team. I think it's a perfect fit when you're bringing together that all-star talent. We all know what he can do with all-star talent.
And I don't think he's going to have to do any interviews during timeouts during the Olympics. That'll wrap it up as we take you courtside. Thank you for joining us.
And now, your San Antonio Spurs starting lineup. At the shooting guard position, at 6'6", number 14, Dan Reed. The 6'2" comes from France, number 9, in the middle, at 7'0", number 16, Pau Gasol. Number 6'7" from San Diego State, number 2. Your head coach is Greg Popovich. Once again, your San Antonio Spurs.
Greetings, everyone, from San Antonio. The Spurs playing host to a Western Conference affair here at the sold-out AT&T Center. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. And our broadcast team tonight, Greg Anthony here to my left and Steve Smith to my right, and the Hall of Famer David Aldridge along the sideline. And it's the Suns to start out. And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. Bledsoe and Booker, the engine of this team. They're the backcourt. Jackson is out there with Chris, and it's Warren in at the 3 spot. Now here's Bledsoe. And Booker kicks to Jackson. Shot clock at 6. From deep. Great D that time from Green. And more, it's looking like Devin Booker, the 13th pick in the 2015 draft, is going to be one of the biggest steals of that draft class.
And he's one that all GMs are looking at, and they wish they could have a redo. Booker was very young when he entered the draft, and some teams maybe shied away from that. But clearly he's shown that he could be one of the best players in that class.
The San Antonio Spurs able to put the first points up on the board. Back to Bledsoe. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Bledsoe's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And if he can hit that shot, it spreads the defense out and really changes the complexion of the game.
Opens up opportunities for everyone, makes the offense its most dynamic.
You know he would like to have that one back. A clear look from the mid-range.
Booker outside. There's a screen by Chris. No good from Booker.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You can see he's frustrated with that one. Knows it's up to him to make that play.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Only the first quarter. Guys are getting in the groove, but communication on the defense has to be better. Stumbling out of the gate a little bit, just 1 for 4 so far.
On the run, but he made the adjustment. Parker's got his first basket of the night.
Finding the man who broke free. The great vision of Pau Gasol making that play happen.
Now, here's Warren. There's a screen by Chris. And the shot by Warren, no good.
You know, the offense has just looked out of sync. Only 1 of 5 from the field.
Gasol kicks to Green. Screen by Parker. Jackson against Aldridge. 13 feet away. And the Spurs scoring again.
They already got into a nice flow. 4 for 5 from the field.
Here's Bledsoe. That doesn't go either for Bledsoe. Spurs leading by 5. Leonard with no one around. Tries again, and it's Gasol getting it to go. Gasol's got his second bucket of the night.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Bledsoe kicks to Booker. There's a screen by Chris. The 3, Bledsoe. Bledsoe can't get that one to drop.
He's hit a rough patch this quarter. He's trying to shoot his way out of it, though.
And stolen by Booker. 3 on 3. Over Green. To end the run. And the layup by Jackson.
Relentless. I mean, Jackson just giving it his all on the backboard.
Spurs have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Screen by Parker. Off the pick. And Pau Gasol, the bucket on the assist from Green. Gasol's got 6 points.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Now here's Bledsoe. Here's a screen by Chris. The drive by Booker. Over Green. Again, the miss by Booker.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And here's Leonard from 3. That shot missing. And Phoenix the other way now. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Chris can't hit.
And that can't happen. Missing the wide open chip shot.
Parker. Now on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
Right there, the body control of Parker. You see the adjustment after contact for the potential and 1. Getting there up in age. We know Tony Parker was the Spurs' top scorer for half a decade from 2011 on. Their offense was built around his slashing ability. One shot.
Free throw drops in for Tony Parker. And guard Tony Parker, now 35 years of age, bound one day for the Hall of Fame. Last season, the lowest minutes average of his career, around 25 minutes a game.
Yeah, his game has always been based on quickness. He's lost his step, and it's been challenging. But he studied John Stockton, Jason Kidd, and Nash to see how they remained effective.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
You start to wonder, in my opinion, is it better to take everything to the rack now or to try at least draw some fouls?
Here's Bledsoe. There's a screen by Chris for three. Booker gets it to go from beyond the arc. Booker's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Parker dishes to Gasol. Outside, Green. To the inside. Goes right through for bucket number three. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
They set the pick. Bledsoe kicks to Booker. Over Green. Suns keep it alive. There's a screen by Chris. Dishes it to Warren. Puts up a three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Spurs leading by 6. Parker kicks to Aldridge. Poke loose. He feeds it to Leonard. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Now Parker. 5 points in the game. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Greg Popovich and I talked for a few minutes. He said we've been playing some of our best offense of late. Not many mistakes. Guys are spacing the floor, setting solid screens, moving the ball. I really can't ask much more from them on that end. Kevin, obviously, he wants that to continue tonight.
As always, DA, appreciate the good work. So, guys, they want to see their shooting percentage high up there immediately.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean you're just hoping a few guys get hot. It means a commitment to finding good shots.
Well, we know they have shooters that can get hot. But you're right. It has to be an organized offensive scheme.
And after missing 4 straight, he finally gets one to go.
Suns trail by 3. There's a screen by Chris. Bledsoe against Parker. Up again, and play stops as it looks like they call an over-the-back here.
And you can live with those over-the-back calls sometimes because at least it's an effort play.
Yeah, really wanted the second chance opportunity, but shows a lack of judgment there. Draws the whistle.
Rudy Gay's checked in for the Spurs. And the Suns also making a change. Chandler's checked in. Bledsoe outside. He dishes it to Booker. Warren with the ball. He has 6. 6 on the shot clock. There's a good screen. Jacks up a 3. That's good from Booker on the assist from Eric Bledsoe. Bledsoe's got 4 assists now tonight. San Antonio's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside.
And up and down this Suns roster, there is a ton of youth. One of the younger teams in our league last season, and that was weighted, put Tyson Chandler's age. A lot of young players looking to make their mark here in the NBA.
Now here's Gay. Good on the triple.
Rudy Gay knocked that one down. His three-point shot is getting better and better.
Bledsoe kicks to Booker. Chandler is screen. Back to Booker. Another 3 for Phoenix. And last season, the Suns broke their franchise record for the youngest starting 5 the team has ever put on the court on multiple occasions.
Yeah, and with those young lineups, you can see the benefits, but also the concerns. I mean, they got a lot of extended looks at young players, and this team figures to have a bright future. But let's face it, there were some inconsistent stretches because of that youth. It's always difficult for a young group to learn how to become efficient and effective in the half court. Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Bledsoe kicks to Booker. Jackson a screen on Green. Booker against Green. No good from Booker.
He got a good look from the mid-range area. He needs to shoot this one with more confidence.
Parker outside. Pass to Gay. Green the screen. Warren against Gay. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Puts up a three. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Laverne, he's checked in for Aldridge. Anderson comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Green. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. A big group substitution here for Phoenix. Alex Len's checked in for Jackson. Dudley comes in for T.J. Warren. Brandon Knight, he's checked in for Devin Booker. And Tyler Ulis subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
And this is one of those times where the coach has got to preach, be unselfish.
And we don't know that he hasn't. Maybe it's been falling on deaf ears. Guys taking ill-advised jump shots.
Now here's Dudley. Out to the right wing. The wide open look here for Ulis. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time. Ulis has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And Mills kicks to Anderson. Back to Mills. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Gay against Dudley. Gay can't hit. The Suns leading. To the inside. Here's Knight. And he drops it in from the low post. San Antonio's gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. And Mills kicks to Laverne. Feeds to Gay. And Anderson has it in the corner. His three-pointer's off the mark. Suns leading by 3. Outside Knight. The second effort. He can't get that one. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
And here's Mills for 3. Drills it from outside. Mills has got the game tied up here for San Antonio. There's 57 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And here is Ulis. Chandler is screened. Ulis kicks to Chandler. Knight against Ginobili. A shot by Knight, no good. San Antonio's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Gay outside. Anderson the screen. And Ginobili wide open. He shoots. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
And how about that lefty stroke there from Ginobili? It is a thing of beauty. He is dialed in from deep.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Now, here's Ulis. There's a good screen. Shot clock at 5. Glenn, a screen. Knight for 3. Tries again. Misses at the rim. LaMarcus Aldridge has been on display for the San Antonio Spurs. Scoring, rebounding, he was all over the place during that quarter. They are riding his performance right now. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And Tyson Chandler, known for being a great teammate, a very vocal leader certainly, he talked about how important that is for an NBA locker room.
Players do the policing. Coach sets a standard, but players individually call out other players, whether it be timeout, whether it be halftime, whether it be pulling guys to the side, in practice. When you have that going on, you see multiple guys doing that, that's when you know you have a good team.
Don't you need a player like this of Chandler's caliber and character, Greg, to make that kind of a teamwork? Have that feel in the locker room, that leadership role that everybody believes in and respects?
No doubt about it, Kevin. And that weighty stature is built on experience and credentials, as you mentioned, like having that championship ring or being an all-star. But when you have it and use it that way, the coach doesn't have to worry about the locker room because Chandler has got that covered.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here. What do you think they've been doing or not doing?
A huge fan of how they have rotated here defensively, been able to challenge multiple shots.
Yeah, it's been the defense that has them out in front. But let's see if they can sustain the intensity.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court right now for the Spurs, Mills and Manu at the guards. Laverne is out there with Anderson. And it's Gay in at the 3 spot. And now in transition is Mills. Here we go. Shoots over Ulis. Goes back up. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's on Tyson Chandler.
A guy who has always had the tools to get to the line more. Gay aggressive that time.
And Rudy Gay suffered the injury last season, but was still a wanted man when free agency rolled around, Craig, and San Antonio got him.
Yeah, I mean, the Spurs made a big offer for him, and Gay felt it was the right fit. Interesting to see how his role develops in San Antonio this year. Still, there's a feeling that he's got a lot left in the tank.
The first one falls.
A talented, versatile player who has been on a few teams. Rudy Gay is still going.
And so Gay nails both of them. And Smitty, every NBA player who plays as long as you did has a moment where they realize Father Time has caught up with them. Was there a specific moment for you, for instance, when you realized that you had to retire, or you were being asked to retire?
Hey, Kevin, great question. It happened all in one sequence.
Oh, really?
I was playing the power forward position. Imagine that. I started in this league as a point guard. I go to the power forward position. I step out to hedge on Jamal Crawford. He throws it through my leg and keeps it and lays it up. I look over at Bernie Bickerstaff, and he nodded and said, "You know what, Smitty, it's time." I said, "Golly, coach, in the game, in the middle of the game." But that moment, I realized the game was passing me by with these young guys. And me and Jamal Crawford has talked about it. It was one of those moments where I didn't even react. I knew my reaction skills were gone.
That's an amazing story. And here is Knight following the 3 from Rudy Gay. Dudley with a screen for Knight. Phoenix, no good that time either.
I'll tell you, he just hasn't been able to get it done on the offensive end. It's kind of dragged down the team.
Shots good by Mills.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Ulis kicks to Len. Over Anderson. Bank shot, no good.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling. Well, just think what's happening here. He hasn't found his groove, yet they still hold the lead.
Ulis can't get it to go.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
And that one drops.
And that kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
Timeout.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Phoenix calls timeout.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
You know, for the most part, their perimeter D is holding up, but they might have to sacrifice some of that to close down the lane.
Changes here for the Spurs. Saul comes in for Laverne, and it's DeJounte Murray in for Manu Ginobili. And the Suns also making a change. Marquise Chris, he's checked in for Alex Len. Now, here's Ulis. Chandler is screen. Here's Ulis. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. And the shot is good. The Spurs lead has been cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Chris. The Spurs have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Gay against Dudley. Got a piece of it. Passes to Ulis. Height for 3. The rebound by Anderson. Anderson's got his 6th rebound on the night. In the corner, Murray with it. No good from outside.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Dudley the pass to Chris. Ulis. Anderson with the block. And they're able to recover. Chris kicks to Knight. There's a screen by Chris. And stolen by Gay. And Gay with a clear path to the hoop. And finished off by Gay.
Rudy running the floor like a point guard. His quickness in transition is blinding.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. Now, here's Ulis. There's a screen by Chris. Off the screen. Misses off the right iron.
Awfully hard to get back into the game when one of your key shooters is this ice cold and has been all quarter.
And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
Now Knight. Chandler outside. There's the screen to the wing right side. Here's the 3. And the Suns miss again. And it's the Spurs ball. They're on a 13-3 run. And Mills kicks to Murray. The three-pointer off the mark. Suns trail by 13.
You know, Kevin, it's easy to forget, but Greg Popovich was almost fired by the Spurs back in '99. Rough start that year, under 500. The players caught wind that if they didn't win the next game in Houston, Pop would get the X.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And amazing to think about an all-time great like Popovich being on the hot seat. His players went to the mat for him, though, didn't they?
Some huge performances by Tim Duncan, among others. They really came out to support Pop. The Spurs finished that season on a tear, going on to win the franchise first NBA title.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And that one misses. See, there are those players you worry that if they hit a couple in a row, man, they begin to heat up, and then they get in that that microwave category where they can heat up in a hurry and watch out.
Those guys, Klay Thompson, Kyrie Irving, J.R. Smith, Jamal Crawford, Kyle Korver, those guys, when they get on the roll, they keep going over and over and over, and they are seeking shots. Steph Curry, there's the list goes on and on, Kevin. I love watching when they get hot.
Now here's Murray. This is the most they've led by, 13 points. The pass to Leonard. Knocked away. 6 on the shot clock, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. Just 4 to shoot. Murray, no good. Suns trail by 13. Booker with it. Leonard picks him up. There's the feed to Warren. On the wing, Jackson. The dish to Booker. And it's Chris in the corner. Nailed from three-point land. Chris has got 6 points.
And after a scoreless first quarter, he's finally finding the range here in the second.
Aldridge a screen. Murray kicks to Leonard. Pass to Gasol. Rebound by the Suns. Chris has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Warren. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. He's got 8. Spurs leading by 8. Murray kicks to Green. And Leonard has it in the corner. Aldridge with a screen on Warren. Leonard dishes to Green. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Catch and shoot. This is where Danny Green makes his money.
And the Suns call time here. And Steve, Kawhi Leonard, one of just 3 players to increase his scoring average in each of the past 5 seasons.
I mean, you look at what he's done. He's become an elite scorer, the 3rd longest streak of double-digit scoring games in franchise history, surpassing Timmy D. That's the consistency that you expect from a franchise player.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
You start to wonder, in my opinion, is it better to take everything to the rack now or to try at least draw some fouls?
The Spurs making a switch here. Parker's checked in. Bledsoe with it. There's a screen by Chris. Free throw line jump shot. No good from Booker.
Looking a little tentative on a very makeable shot, and this one was uncontested.
And Leonard has it in the corner. Parker with a clean look. Off target from three-point range. Suns trail by 11. And here is Warren. 8 points for him. Great D that time from Green. High post try, and it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Parker. Leonard's got the lead up to 13 now for the Spurs. Phoenix has gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. And Booker kicks to Jackson. Shoots over Leonard. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
And Jackson with the quick release. Once the ball hits his hands, he's ready to let it fly.
Outside, Green. He kicks to Aldridge. Gasol with it. Working on Chris. Keeps it alive. And Leonard stays with it. Leonard's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
The tenacity, the hustle. Kawhi finds ways to score even when his number isn't called.
Chris passed to Bledsoe. Over Parker. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
You know what? At some point, you have to decide. Do you keep pressing the issue, or do you focus on setting up others?
Here's Aldridge. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 4 assists now tonight.
I'm thinking of bigs in this league. Not many have a better in-between game than Aldridge.
Now here's Booker. He's got 11. Kicks to Bledsoe. 6 to shoot. There's a screen by Chris. Booker with no one around. Offline with his 3. Here's Leonard. Second shot opportunity, and it's good on the way in. Leonard's got 8 points.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Parker against Bledsoe. Over Parker. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. He's got 5.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
Aldridge a screen. Gasol, that's a 2-pointer. And that one's on target from the wing. And the Spurs lead by 17.
That's all confidence right there. He knows he's in a groove, and they've got this team on its heels.
Booker against Leonard. There's a screen by Chris. And Booker kicks to Bledsoe. Sinks the three-pointer.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, he could have made a better choice. He left him an easy one. Let's see how he plays the next screen.
Now, here's Green. Dishes it to Leonard. And 1:01 left in the first half. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10. Now here's Booker. He's got 11. Here's Bledsoe. Inside. The dive for the ball. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. And some changes here for the Spurs. Laverne, he's checked in for Gasol. And it's Ginobili in for Green. Lenz checked in for the Suns. Here's Parker. He has 5. Ginobili outside. Aldridge with a screen on Booker. Screen by Parker. Ginobili dishes to Leonard. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
First personal foul, 2 seconds.
Kawhi Leonard, a stifling defensive presence, both individually and in help situation. He's a difference maker.
One shot.
The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard, nicknamed the Claw for his enormous hands. He uses them to pile up steals.
You know what's crazy, Kevin? He has worked hard to improve the strength in his hands, too. Catching and throwing medicine balls. Ball handlers beware. You show him the ball, and it's gone.
Now Parker. Outside Aldridge. Booker pulls it in.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
If you give it to him, he'll take that shot every time down the floor. I'm sure he's kicking himself.
And so it's San Antonio taking a 19-point lead into the break. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus of that end of the floor?
Just knocking down open shots, my ball handling, making good decisions off the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
And you've done well so far, Kawhi. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime
After
Show.
one half of play, it's been a one-sided affair. Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He had 13 points, 2 assists, and 6 rebounds. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
Their ability to get into the paint and get to the rim has been deadly, constantly attacking the basket. It was clearly their intention right from the start to pound it inside as much as possible. And I don't see them straying from that strategy in the second half. It's going to be another paint-based attack.
Shaq, what'd you think about Phoenix?
Well, they're obviously facing a hot shooting team tonight. That combined with a lackluster effort on defense, recipe for disaster. Without major improvements defensively, this game is OVA, over.
And we're just about ready for the start of the third quarter. Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll see you.
We welcome you back to San Antonio. Always so much to do along the Riverwalk, which this bridge spans, such a vibrant part of the city. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And every team needs this, a guy who challenges the defense with that slashing ability.
You know what? So many teams focus on the perimeter and alley-oops. It's important to have someone who can work that in-between area.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Here's who Earl Watson is starting the second half with. Booker and Warren on the perimeter. Jackson is out there with Chris, and it's Bledsoe in at the point. Now here is Aldridge. Gasol no good. Parker against Bledsoe. Over Parker. No good from Bledsoe. And Josh Jackson picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Spurs leading by 19. Parker passes to Gasol. Kicks it out to Leonard. Puts one up from 19. Hits the front of the rim and out. The Suns shooting only 31%. Their offense really struggling to put possessions together. That one drops for him. Warren's got the first points to start out the third quarter for Phoenix. And it's the Spurs ball. Parker kicks to Leonard. And it's Leonard again missing.
Really, a lack of focus coming out of the break. So far, they are 0 for 3.
Bledsoe dishes to Warren. Back to Bledsoe. And Parker with the block. But he stays with it. The 3 from Warren. Rebounded by the Spurs. Gasol's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Leonard kicks to Parker. Outside Leonard. He feeds it to Parker. Gasol passes to Parker. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Parker's got 7 points.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Warren kicks to Booker. Bledsoe for 3. Cans it from downtown. 11 points in the game.
Further proof that you can't leave anyone in this league that wide open.
Parker kicks to Green. Screen by Parker. Green with the ball. Now guarded by Booker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Unloads. San Antonio getting another chance here. Aldridge a screen. Green against Booker. Aldridge kicks to Parker. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Parker. Back to Aldridge. And the dunk by Aldridge.
Beautifully orchestrated. Even though Parker's lost his quickness, he's still able to control the pace.
Suns trail by 18. And the Spurs, Greg, one of the best defensive teams in the league for 2 seasons running.
And it's really all about execution. They seem to just move in concert and stay connected. No silly fouls. And with their length, nothing easy inside.
Timeout called, the Suns. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
And he has absolutely worn them out in the paint. They need to come up with a plan to limit his touches in the interior.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Bledsoe kicks to Chris. Booker outside. Buries it down low. Booker's got 13. Spurs leading by 16. Parker kicks to Leonard. Shoots over Warren. And it's Leonard missing. Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Parker against Bledsoe. There's a screen by Chris. Off the screen.
That athletic.
Way up there.
Oh, forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown. And San Antonio has possession. The Suns getting the bucket. Aldridge with a screen on Jackson. Pass to Gasol. On the wing, Green. Up top, Leonard. 6 to shoot. Goes up on the block. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. 15 points for Kawhi Leonard.
The evolution of Leonard's game, making things happen with the dribble drive.
There's a screen by Chris. They set the pick. Bledsoe against Parker. Bledsoe kicks to Jackson. Hey, Greg, when you watch Josh Jackson play, it's easy to see that he can eventually be one of the best defenders in the league if he works at it.
The blocks and steals, I think, will always be there for Jackson with that length. As he progresses as a player, though, he should improve in the little things. It reminds you a bit of a young Andre Iguodala at times with how explosive he can be athletically.
2 shots.
And he can't get the first one.
And one of the things that stands out about Josh Jackson out of Kansas, his playmaking ability at that forward position. For a guy 6'8", you can put the ball in his hands and let him create offense for you, much like a Draymond Green.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Anderson, he's checked in for Aldridge. Gay comes in for Leonard. Murray's checked in for Green. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker.
And they are excited about Jackson, a high motor guy with a ton of room to grow and also displays terrific leadership on both ends.
Back to Gasol. He dishes it to Murray. They grab their own miss. Suns trail by 16. And Dudley kicks to Knight. Back to Dudley. Stolen by Gay. Feeds it to Anderson. Mills with it. 5 points in the game to the right side. 6 to shoot. Here's Gasol. Ulis pulls it in. And Josh Jackson, Greg, out of Kansas, able to step into that point forward role well.
And in today's game, you can't have too many playmakers on the court at one time. Josh Jackson is Draymond Green 2.0. A little bit better athlete, can be a difference maker defensively, but also has that high IQ on the offensive side to make everybody better.
Here's Mills after the basket by Tyler Ulis. Lets it go with the 3. Chandler with the rebound. Chandler's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And Dudley kicks to Knight. Passes it to Ulis. Chandler dishes to Ulis. Tries to keep it alive. And now in transition is Mills. Here we go. And the jam by Rudy Gay.
Perfect vision. Mills getting quicker these days at spotting the open man.
Suns trail by 16. Ulis passes to Chandler. Back to Ulis. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Well, it is something that every NBA player has and usually comes into the league with. So, Smitty, what was your free throw ritual, and how did you come about it?
Well, I think one for me, I have my mom and sister tattoo on my arm, so I used to hold those two and just to say hi to them. And then next, I had to take my hands and wipe the sweat to make sure I could get a grip on the basketball.
Shooting 2.
Then take a deep breath. And then over and over, I would just talk about my high school, Michigan State, my neighborhood, and the ritual in my mind, and then take the free throw. So that was the things I did. A lot of guys, especially Karl Malone, I always wanted to know what was he saying, because he was talking to himself out loud but not really saying anything.
Well, routine is what coaches always kind of prompt young players to get into, right, when they get to the line?
Yeah, for sure. And I know one time, Kevin, I always look for that nail at the free throw line, and I couldn't find it, and it seemed like it threw me off.
San Antonio making a switch here. Burns checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. The Spurs offense for a long time built around the penetration of Tony Parker. Drive and kick.
Well, that's the one thing you love about Pop and the Spurs organization. They understand their style and their system. As he's gotten older, they've gone back to the block, posting up Aldridge and Kawhi. Leonard also fills that ball handler role in attacking and pick and rolls.
Here's Ulis following the three-pointer by San Antonio. Chandler a screen, and looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And that's a tough one, but on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Some guys, they just know how to get away with it, and some don't.
And here's Mills. He's got 8. In the corner, Murray with it. Misses the 3. Suns trail by 17. Now, here's Ulis. He has 7. Out tonight. Fires the 3. The rebound by the Spurs. Here's Mills. The pass to Gay. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And the 3 off target. For Phoenix, they've gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. And again, it's the Suns missing.
This is a problem for him. Inconsistent from the mid-range.
Now the feed to Mills. The shot misses. The Suns go the other way with it. Now Dudley. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Here's Jackson. A rebound by the Spurs. Anderson's got 8 rebounds in this game. The 3, and there's Gay. That's good on the assist by Mills. And the Spurs lead by 20.
And when you're defending Gay, you have to keep this in mind. He takes a lot of pull-up jumpers.
18 feet out. Laverne grabs the miss. Laverne's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Mills with it. 8 points for him. And Anderson kicks to Gay. Off target from outside. Suns trail by 20. Outside Knight. The dish to Jackson. Jackson missing again. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Now, here's Mills. They lead by 20. That's the most we've seen. Here's Anderson. Plays it up and banks it in. Anderson's got his second bucket.
He had just enough breathing room around the basket, and he found a way to convert it.
Ulis kicks to Knight. There's the pick. Jackson in the corner. Again, the miss by Jackson.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Dudley against Gay. Lobbed up there for Chandler. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And there it is for him. Gay's got 7 points for the quarter.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
And here is Knight. Chandler dishes to Ulis. Mills with the steal. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Here's Murray. Buries it down low. Murray's got his first 2 points.
And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
The reason why a number of guys on this roster, they are built for speed. Why not play to your strengths?
Now here's Dudley. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. 5 on the clock. Here's Ulis. Here's Knight. And that comes off the assist by Ulis.
Assisted, Tyler.
On offense, here are the Spurs. They're on a 16-6 run. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. You look at this Suns roster, and the strength is in their backcourt for sure.
Yeah, both Booker and Bledsoe averaging around 20 points or more a game last season. Creating for others, though, on a consistent basis. I think something that backcourt can improve upon. And the Suns were near the bottom in the league in terms of assists as a team last year.
Yeah, I mean, just wants to make sure everybody's on the same page here going forward.
You know, sometimes the best way to approach it, let your guys know what they're doing well and give them one or two things that they could have done better.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Laverne. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Kyle Anderson. Manu Ginobili's checked in for DeJounte Murray. And Parker's subbed in for Patty Mills. And the Suns here with a different look. Len's checked in for Jackson. Warren comes in for Jared Dudley. Devin Booker, he's checked in for Brandon Knight. And it's Eric Bledsoe in for Ulis. And the rejection by Leonard. 52 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Ginobili. Three-pointer. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And that's now 6 points for Ginobili.
The improvement in patience, awareness. You can see why Kawhi Leonard's assist totals have grown over the years.
Len banked in off the glass.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Parker kicks to Ginobili. Screen by Parker. Dishes it to Leonard. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Leonard's got 17 now.
This is where Kawhi's an absolute killer. That in-between area.
Now here's Bledsoe. 13 points in the game. Chandler is screen. Here is Bledsoe. Chandler with the screen on Parker. Off the screen. Off target. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. It's San Antonio running away with it. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. A chance now to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team just moments ago.
The way we keep a lead is to keep making stops, gang rebound, and keep the pace on offense.
No surprise moments ago in that little talk that Greg Popovich gave his team in pushing his troops, sensing an open opportunity to break this thing wide open.
And he's a guy who will never settle, and for good reason. He knows that any dip in momentum can shift the course of a game.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. The timeless Parker and Manu are the 1 and the 2. Aldridge out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Bertans in at the small forward position. That's the San Antonio 5. Now here's Ginobili. He kicks to Leonard. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Leonard. Again, Leonard missing. Here's Booker. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, and the defense allowing some room here on the inside in the second half, and they're taking advantage. A lot of their points coming from in the paint.
Well, you know what this Suns team wants to do when they go up against you? They are looking to get out in the open floor and get easy baskets off transition. One of the best teams in the league when it comes to capitalizing on the break.
Danny Green, he's checked in for Davis Bertans. Jones checked in for the Suns.
One shot.
Free throw good, Booker. And in general, this Suns team looks to push the tempo, Greg, and play at a very high pace whenever they can.
You know, if you look over the history of the franchise, they've always been at their best when they've played that style. The Suns and that running gun mentality just seem to go hand in hand. And I think also it happens to work well with the athletes that are presently on this roster.
Now, here's Green. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Ginobili. Fires from deep. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And Phoenix pushing it up now. Bledsoe's got the ball. Yep, that one goes in there. Bledsoe's got 9 points here in the second half.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Here's Leonard. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Suns trail by 20. Jones, that's for 2. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Booker's got his 8th assist in the game. Spurs have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Parker kicks to Ginobili. Green, the screen. Ginobili outside. And stolen by Booker, all by himself. Drops in the breakaway layup. Booker's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And the steal then right into the fast break. Great awareness.
Perfect read. Takes a chance, certainly pays off.
Now here's Leonard over Williams. And Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got 19 points.
You're looking at Kawhi in the middle of his career now, starting to score at the highest level.
Over in the corner, Williams lets a floater go. He lays it in.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
Aldridge a screen. Ginobili the pass to Leonard. Kicks to Aldridge. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. He is a scorching 86%.
Almost automatic from there. Aldridge using his length to full advantage inside.
Now here's Bledsoe. He feeds it to Williams. Over Parker. And it's Phoenix scoring again.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
Pass to Leonard. Len with the block. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play.
And when I watch Eric Bledsoe, I really feel like he's at his best when he's kind of prodding a defense. So hard to keep away from the rim. When he attacks, it just opens everything else up in his offensive game.
Pau Gasol, he's checked in for San Antonio. And for the Suns, Chris, he's checked in for Len. Jackson comes in for Allen Williams. And Warren subbed in for Jones.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That free throw good from Bledsoe. And Greg, as you said, the aggressiveness Bledsoe has going to the rim is a key for him to getting those open shots then on the perimeter.
And the team is at their best when he is in attack mode. Opens up lanes for cuts as you just can't keep him out of the paint. He knows when to drop off a pass after he beats his opponent as well for an easy score.
And Green gets it to go.
I love the elevation Danny Green gets on his jumper. Makes him tough to defend from distance.
Bledsoe kicks to Chris. On the wing, Booker. He dishes it to Jackson. Over Aldridge. Jackson misses. Spurs leading by 16. Green dishes to Aldridge. Over Bledsoe. Outside for Gasol. Aldridge a screen. 5 to shoot. The drive by Green doesn't go for him. On offense, here are the Suns. They're on an 18-7 run. Warren kicks to Bledsoe. Over Parker. Phoenix no good that time either.
And this is one of those times where the coach has got to preach, be unselfish.
And we don't know that he hasn't. Maybe it's been falling on deaf ears. Guys taking ill-advised jump shots.
Now here's Parker. Down low. That's good from Gasol on the assist by Parker. And that's now 10 points for Pau Gasol.
May have been a foul. Anyway, Gasol absorbs the hit, was strong enough to finish through it.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
In the Spurs last season, how about setting the all-time record for consecutive winning seasons with 20? This is a group that's won 50 or more games in every one of those seasons except the strike-shortened one in '99.
Two shots.
First one falls for him. And Greg, for the Spurs, they're so competitive. It's inevitable. They just win year after year.
Yeah, but that big three of Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili, the all-time winningest trio in the history of our league, had a lot to do with it. And as that era comes to an end, they're doing a terrific job of just picking up new star talent without skipping a beat.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Spurs leading by 16. Parker kicks to Green, to the middle. No good from Gasol.
That was very tight defense. He tried to force the layup anyway. I think that was a questionable decision.
Warren the pass to Bledsoe. Outside for Jackson. Offensive rebound. Warren on the wing. Booker. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Leonard against Warren. Goes up again, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And when you see T.J. Warren on the court, I just love his activity. I mean, he's always cutting and moving without the basketball. Very adept at finding those openings on the floor.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And Warren last season had his year interrupted by injury, cooled off after the fast start. But, Greg, he will always play with that activity.
Yeah, and he's so good at switching directions on a defender. Seemingly simple moves help him create great space both with and without the ball.
Both free throws good from Warren. Spurs leading by 14. Parker dishes to Aldridge. Parker against Bledsoe. Parker kicks to Aldridge. Outside, Green. Over Booker. And that one's good. Green's got 5 points in the quarter. Suns trail by 16. Bledsoe kicks to Booker. Feeds to Jackson. Back to Booker. Let's go. And again, it's the Suns missing.
And tonight, he just hasn't been efficient offensively. That's a big reason why they're behind.
And Steve, Danny Green, an outstanding perimeter defender. He can lock down either wing spot so well.
Even has the quickness to stay with point guards, always in your jersey, and an outstanding shot blocker for a wing.
Free throw good, Green.
You talk about the new term, 3-and-D players. Well, Danny Green is the perfect example of that. Over 2/3 of his shots come from long range.
Both free throws good from Green. And Green's shooting has tailed off a bit over the last couple seasons, now entering his 30s. Steve, you think we've seen the best of Danny Green?
Well, you know, he bounced back last season, shot over 38% from the three-point range, but his field goal percentage wasn't much better. As many threes as he shoots, you'll take it.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here
2 shots, gentlemen.
in the second, despite being down.
2.
Shooting for Phoenix, Eric Bledsoe. At the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off.
The Spurs, a top 7 offensive team for the last 7 seasons. Their passing and perimeter shooting is what really sets them apart.
And he sinks the second. And the Spurs among the league's best in three-point shooting, but they really don't rely on that as some teams do.
You know, the Spurs can change it up. No, they embrace the mid-range a little bit more than the three-point shot right now. Kind of going against the grain in that way. They take shots other teams avoid, and they make it work for them.
Here's Leonard. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 5 assists tonight.
An all-NBA first-teamer in 2016. Kawhi can drop points on you from anywhere.
Now here's Bledsoe. Got that bucket in no time at all. 9 points for Josh Jackson. Bledsoe against Parker. To the paint. He's looking for Leonard and finds him. Chris with the rebound.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
And also protecting the rim at all costs. I love the anticipation to affect the shot.
Now here's Jackson. There's a screen by Chris. Bledsoe left side. Shot clock at 5. That 3 off the mark. San Antonio leading by 16. Passes it to Aldridge. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
I'll tell you what, LaMarcus is rolling. Hard man to stop once he gets going.
Booker the pass to Bledsoe. Chris kicks to Bledsoe. Jackson a screen on Parker. No good from Bledsoe. The Spurs have gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. And Leonard gets it to go.
I like the poise here from Leonard. Doesn't need to take it all the way, just drops it over the top.
Timeout called. The Suns. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, they're going to have to talk about this. They got to find a way to get the ball out of his hands.
But I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. Take a look in the mirror. What do you see? Do you see it clearer, or are you deceived in what you believe? 'Cause I'm only human after all. And you're only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. 'Cause I'm only human after all. And you're only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. 'Cause I'm only human after all. And you're only human after all. Don't put the blame on me.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard.
And it's been a terrific night for him in terms of the scoreboard. They've run a bunch of sets for him, and he's continued to come through. Scoring as well as he has, it's taken a lot of pressure off the rest of his teammates.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. Here's Booker. And it's Chris in the corner. And there's the pass to Warren. Off target from three-point range.
Not in rhythm. He had the 2 triples in the first half, none so far in the second.
Parker dishes to Leonard. Aldridge against Jackson. Here's Gasol. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got his 3rd rebound tonight. To the inside. And stolen by Aldridge. Now Green. Outside Gasol. Gasol a screen. Gasol a screen on Bledsoe. Just 5 to shoot. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Green. Over Jackson. Here's Aldridge. The feed to Green. Parker outside. Back to Green. And it's Aldridge, top of the key. Now the dish to Leonard. Shoots over Warren. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Suns trail by 20. And Booker kicks to Chris. Jackson has the open look. It's good from long range.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Spurs.
They simply ran him off the court.
They set the pace, and their transition game was executed flawlessly.
And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Aldridge.
And how many times throughout the course of the evening did he make a momentum-changing play? I thought his relentlessness really keyed their success.
Goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. Phoenix making some changes. 1:25 left in the 4th quarter. Murray with it. Pass to Mills. Dishes to LeBron. Back to Mills. He kicks to LeBron. In the corner, it's Ginobili. 4 on the clock. They set the pick. Shoots over Len, and that one comes up a bit short.
Made that shot a little harder than it had to be. No one around him, just rise straight up and drill it.
And the call will be against Alex Len. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
San Antonio's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Anderson the screen. Anderson a screen on Knight. Mills with it, working on Williams. Mills can't hit.
Fantastic rim protection. That's not in his wheelhouse to overcome.
Outside Knight. To the right side. The Suns need to get a shot off. Here's Williams. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And here's Mills. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Danny, a strong defensive effort both individually and team. Now, how comfortable are you at that end of the floor now, knowing that you can make things tough on the opposition?
Well, we want to make them take tough shots. We're not comfortable at any point defensively, but we got to continue to be active and be aggressive and get our hands on loose balls.
It's been the mark of the Spurs for a long time, Danny. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my esteemed colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And our coverage tonight will be coming to you from Washington, where the Wizards will be going up against the Boston Celtics. Looking at Boston, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. Fellas, it seems like so much goes into being successful at the professional level. I want to ask a more general question. What was the key to your success as a player and as a champion?
You know what? Most people would say you would start at the top, but I'll start where it began. Wilmot Benjamin, Tom Donahue, coaches who've helped me at my AAU, early stages out, then going to the late, great Jack Curran in high school. Those were the ones. And honestly, there's no bigger than family. My brother Vince and my dad were the ones who really got me there.
Well, you got to have great teammates. You know, I'm the first one to say, yeah, I have 4 championships, but one of my favorite teammates, Big Shot Bob, he saved me so many times. Another one of my favorite teammates, B. Shaw, he saved me. Rick Fox, he saved me. So you got to have great teammates, great organizations. You know, they allow you to focus on what you do and what you do best, as long as family and friends and all that. And Ernie, I remember when you interviewed me when I was 18 years old.
I remember that. Now, I had just started at Turner, went to San Antonio, and did a feature on Big Shaq.
Wow, that's incredible.
It was.
Yeah.
I haven't changed at all, have I?
No, you still look beautiful.
I had more hair.
Good genes or good docs?
He's got good doctors.
Let's get to Kevin Harlan. Kev.
Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with the broadcast from Washington, the home of the Wizards, the Verizon Center. Welcome to 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And so off the tip, it's Washington's ball. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Bradley and Turner filling out the perimeter. Zeller is out there with David Lee, and it's Smart in at the 1 spot. Lee with the steal. Smart with the ball. Now Beal defending. Knocked loose.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, deterred them from those plans. And we've all seen how dominant Bradley Beal can be. The 3rd overall pick in the 2012 draft. He's already had a solid young career, but still plenty of room to grow.
Talking about Bradley Beal's potential, it's not just the shooting, it's also the passing, and you really don't think of him as a passer, but for such a young 2-guard, he's extremely unselfish, averaged over 3 assists a game, over the past 2 years.
And the true stars of our game feature versatility. And here's a guy that has also
Great
tremendous
point.
upside as a rebounder. I mean, how about getting 7 boards almost a game the one year he was in college? So he understands the importance of impacting other areas. I mean, last season he had his highest steals average of his career, and everything's upside with this young man. The sky's the limit.
Excellent point. Last season at both sides of the coin for the Wizards started out very hot, but then just could not keep it going.
Well, you know, the start was extremely hot. 19-6, which tied a franchise best, that record. After that, though, they played close to 500 ball the rest of the time.
Now, here's Bradley. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Now the Wizards with it.
And the Wizards really struggled post-All-Star break, playing under 500. Still, though, they seem to pull things together at the very end and on into the postseason.
Wall, that's good.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now here's Zeller. Here's Turner. Steps back and drains the jump shot.
Well, there's no denying it. The Wizards had some bumps, and you mentioned that. Some weeks they look like a lottery team. Then the next, they look like a title contender. They knew how to make the most of their games when they did get hot, though.
Here's Nene after the made shot from Evan Turner. Nene, the screen. Shot clock at 5. Beal can't get it to go.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Smart kicks to Turner. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in.
And fancy finishes like that look great, but man, it's embarrassing when you blow them.
Beal. Here's Wall. Can't get it to go. Good D by Lee.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Second shot opportunity.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
And David Lee missing time early last season with that hamstring injury also opened the door up for Draymond Green to kind of take that starting power forward role. And give Lee credit, though. Didn't sulk, just threw himself into his new role as a super sub.
And he's good on the second. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Now here's Wall. Gortat with a screen on Lee. Nene down low. Working on Lee, and the call will be against David Lee. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, here's Nene from 12 feet out.
The shots aren't dropping yet. They've missed 4 of their first 5 shots.
That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Smart dishes to Zeller. Turner passes to Lee. Again, the miss by the Celtics. The Wizards with the lead. And Dudley kicks to Nene. It's Wall with the drive. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And for Jared Dudley, a bit of a resurgence last season. Found a team he liked playing for, played much closer to his career numbers than the year before with the Clippers.
Yeah, and that's a great point. I mean, he turned back the clock in almost every category, and I think to your point, a lot of it has to do with the fit. He's on a team in a role that suits his talent, and I think you're going to see him continue to be consistent.
And he sinks the second.
And, you know, going back to Jared Dudley, he helps you in so many different ways. Shoots a lot of threes, yet does so efficiently. He rebounds, he passes the ball. He'll get a little physical, too. He's a valuable vet to have in your locker room.
Now here's Zeller, looking for his first basket still in this one. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Bradley. Good on the triple. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played.
And you know what Jared Dudley's nickname was in college? The Junkyard Dog. I mean, for his toughness and that nose he has for the ball. 2 attributes that have served him greatly here at the next level.
Now here's Beal, clock at 4, with the fadeaway. And Boston with the rebound. Lee's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Smart with the ball. He's picked up by Wall. And here's Smart. Lee outside. It's Bradley on the wing. Lets it fly from 18. Rebound, Washington. Now Wall. Boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is, and so they will award the basket there.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
For Boston, they've gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Smart kicks to Turner. Nice ball movement by Boston. Screen by Lee. And it's Turner off the drive. And that is good. Turner's got his 2nd bucket.
It's been a very efficient first quarter for him. He's creating good opportunities and converting those that he creates.
Wall passes to Gortat. They set the screen. Back to Wall. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick. Wall's got 6. The Celtics have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Picked by Lee. Down low. Here's Smart. And he converts the layup. Smart's got his first points of the night.
Both teams trading punches back and forth. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
The momentum swings, really impossible to keep track of. The energy in the building just keeps going back and forth, ebbing and flowing. I'm loving it.
Now Turner following the 3-point attempt by John Wall. Outside Turner. He feeds it to Zeller. Wide open. Can't get it to go. And it's Washington the other way. Dudley dishes the Wall. Now the feed to Nene. Out to the right wing. Gortat against Zeller. Just his first attempt. Another one falls for Washington. Boston took a lot of steps forward last season with their coach, Brad Stevens. Still, though, their defense was near the middle of the road. That will need some tweaking.
Yeah, and you could say that seemed to be the limiting factor, Kevin, in how far they eventually went. Strange, given how several years ago they were an offensive juggernaut.
Yeah, you know, for the Celtics in their defense, a lot of it had to do with rim protection and challenging shots. They were actually last in the league in blocks.
For the Wizards, Humphries comes in for Nene. And it's Otto Porter Jr. in for Jared Dudley. Then for the Celtics, Jared Sullinger comes in for Tyler Zeller. And Thomas subbed in for Marcus Smart. Here is Thomas.
Yeah, and the Celtics averaged under 4 blocks a game last season, but blocks aren't
the whole story. They let opponents get too many easy looks inside the paint. That's the real factor in why their defense was subpar.
Now, here's Thomas. 6 to shoot. Off the left rim and out.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Ball against Bradley. Humphries kicks to Gortat, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Sullinger. For the Wizards, Oubre's checked in for Bradley Beal, and Sessions subbed in for John Wall. The Celtics also changing it up. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Lee. Jerebko comes in for Evan Turner. And Jay Crowder's subbed in for Bradley. Here's Oubre. Rebounded by Jerebko.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, great concentration there, Greg. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim, knew he was going to get hit, and still was able to finish.
And Isaiah Thomas, traded last season from Phoenix over to Boston, seemed to be a matter of fit and not production as to why they moved him.
Greg, you were talking about Isaiah Thomas. He had no love lost for the Suns. In their first meeting, he took them apart, Clark, on the floor. Remember that game? Stared him down as he was hitting shots. Looked at that bench. Man, he had a big chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, and you know, most guys that are a little undersized and have battled doubters all their careers bring that kind of edge anyway. You throw in the fact that he was disappointed how the trade unfolded. He was amped up and ready for that return visit.
The Celtics have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. The dish now to Olynyk. They set the pick. Now here's Crowder, guarded by Porter. 5 to shoot, and the basket by Olynyk.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Now here's Sessions. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Gortat, the shot's good. Sessions making him pay.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Here's Thomas. Olynyk up top. Washington with the rebound.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Porter passes to Sessions. Here's Humphries. Sullinger with the rebound.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Brad Stevens. We talked about some of the matchups he'll be watching in this game, and he told me, quote, "I'll be looking at how we deal with Marcin Gortat. He's a guy who can score in any number of ways, posting up, pulling up from outside, or rolling to the rim. And he's also a factor on the glass. Guys, Gortat might not be a household name, but he's an impact big man in this league, no question."
Thanks, Doris. And here's Sessions after Jared Sullinger hitting his three. And Gortat with the stop.
And the defense out of position on that possession, which allowed for him to get that offensive board.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Greg. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
What a great nose for the basketball he has, and such a strong finisher as well.
And the thing, Greg, about Marcin Gortat, he's not a high flyer. He's not a super flexible athlete, but he's one of the best centers in the league because he's tough. And he's worked hard on developing his skills. And he always hustles.
Yeah, and he fights for position down low. A terrific screener, does a lot of that dirty work. And he's also very good at passing the basketball. You know, a lot more skilled, particularly in the pick and roll, than maybe people give him credit for he can hurt a defense in a surprising number of ways.
Sullinger outside. Now Urebka. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Lock at 6. Thomas with the ball. From deep three-point range, Gortat with the rebound. Gortat's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Talking about Gortat, he was a late second-round draft choice in 2005. His first 4 years in the league, highly underwhelming. Now, over the last 4 years, he's averaged around 13 points, 9 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks per game. Those are good numbers.
Now, here's Oubre. Good on the baseline, Jay. Oubre's got his first basket. Boston's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Thomas against Sessions. Outside Thomas. Goes up to the stripe. That's short off the rim.
And getting back to Marcin Gortat, his dad was a successful light heavyweight boxer in Poland, so clearly you see where the toughness comes from. And Marcin's mom was on the Polish national team in volleyball, so you know where the blocking and ball skills come from. I guess we'd have to call him a chip off the old blocks.
Here's Thomas after Marcin Gortat's bucket. Sullinger the screen. And Thomas, here we go. Boston, no good that time either.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Now here's Thomas, and that one's good. Thomas got his second bucket of the night. Clarky talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition of that.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, not even through the first half, and it's been one heck of a battle.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes. Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Celtics out in front, up 1. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports.
Check it out.
And a chance to hear from Bradley Beal. He came from a football family in St. Louis, but said his mother introduced him to the game of basketball at a young age.
She definitely put the ball in my hand. She's the one who taught me my form. I followed through, and still to this day, she yells at me if I miss a shot. So she's kind of a perfectionist, and she definitely taught me how to shoot. She can shoot it, and she still to this day thinks she can shoot better than me.
Maybe some other NBA players should be practicing with Bradley Beal's mom, because she has definitely honed something special into him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but I'm not sure some of the more delicate NBA egos could handle her trash talking them when she beats them in a game of horse. Bradley's not only got a special J, but he's got a pretty good disposition too.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
It's just been a long-range battle for them, and one that they're winning right now.
Yeah, sharp shooting from deep, a big part of why they're up.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. Bradley and Turner filling out the perimeter. David Lee is out there with Tyler Zeller, and it's Smart in at the 1. Now here's Porter. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Boy, that's a sound physical play. I mean, can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. And Boston has possession following the bucket by the Wizards. Here's Lee. Good, and Smart gets the assist. And the Celtics lead by 1.
You know, one of the things, guys, that impressed me about the Celtics was the number of assists they had. I mean, they really focused on moving the ball. And when you do that and you have shot makers, the assists pile up.
Lets it fly from 18. Wall missing again. Boston shooting 43% from the field. Bradley kicks to Turner. Zeller setting the pick for Turner. It's Lee, top of the key. Lets the 3 fly. Nice shot by Smart. Smart's got 5 now. With the Celtics and their assists, they were second in the league in potential assists per game, meaning shots they missed that if they made would have been assists.
And that is a good thing, if you weren't sure. I mean, they were sandwiched between the Hawks and Warriors in that category. Pretty good company to be in. So they move the ball well. They just need to get a little more consistent at knocking down open shots.
Now here's Lee. Pick by Zeller. Zeller setting the pick for Bradley. The shot is off. And Washington the other way now. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Wall dishes to Beal. And Dudley kicks to Porter. And there's the pass to Beal. The Wizards with another miss. Boston leading by 4. Smart passes to Zeller. Shoots from the elbow. The second chance effort. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to go on Otto Porter Jr. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Boston.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
You know, we've seen them bearing their fair share of mid-range jumpers tonight, too. I mean, that's a good start for them.
And both free throws good for Lee. Well, David Lee with the Golden State Warriors began his career with the New York Knicks. We're talking about him and his play, and it's sometimes hard to get a good compass on what kind of player he is.
Yeah, you know, he was drafted 30th when he came out and certainly played above that draft slot. Then when he re-upped for the 6 years, $80 million, people started to wonder if he was able to play to that value.
Bradley kicks to Turner. And yes, sir, that one drops. Turner's got 6.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Here's Wall after the made shot from Evan Turner. Here's Nene. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And getting back to David Lee, before the big contract, he was putting up some huge lines. I mean, he was the first Knick to go 30 and 20 in a game since the great Patrick Ewing. And he became the first NBA player to record at least 35 points, 20 rebounds, and 10 assists since Kareem back in 1976.
And that one falls for Nene.
And, you know, back to David Lee, we all know about his struggles with the Warriors, and many had written him off completely. But then at the end of last season, he showed that he still has the energy and skills to contribute if given minutes.
Gary Neal's checked in for the Wizards. And a change for the Celtics. Johnson, he's checked in for Zeller. And both free throws good for Nene. And Nene, a guy with an incredibly strong start to his career in Denver, the first Brazilian to ever be selected in the first round. Voted, as you may recall, to the NBA All-Rookie team.
Yeah, and came into the league just a tremendously raw talent. Really developed faster than a lot of people expected, but what has been the case for him is the injury bug. I mean, the knee, the foot, shoulder, Achilles, you name it, he's had it, and it's hindered his career somewhat.
And cancer. He's beaten cancer.
That's a very good point.
Now, here's Nene. After the miss from Evan Turner. Good. Nene's got 4 points this quarter. Celtics leading by 4. Now, here's Smart. 5 points in the game. Lee dishes to Turner. Five on the clock. Kicks it to Bradley. Boston needs to get off a shot. Lee. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Yeah, you know, going back to Nene, in 14 years, he's been able to suit up for roughly 65% of the games. That's tough on a team's continuity on both ends of the floor. Injuries have been a part of that, though, and oftentimes those are beyond the player's control.
Here's Smart, following the three-pointer by Washington. Johnson the screen. Smart passes to Bradley. Good, and Smart gets the assist. 6 points for Avery Bradley.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take him long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
And you know, guys, the thing with Nene, he helps you in so many ways when he's in there. He's hard to back down in the post. He eats up space. Tough to get around on picks. He has the toughness that champions are made of.
Shots good by Turner.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Here's Neal. Turner covering. And Wall kicks to Nene. Soft touch off the glass. Nene's got 6.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
Now here's Smart, covered by Wall. It's stolen by Wall. And now it's Neal running. He can go all the way. Drops in the breakaway layup. And now just a 2-point Boston lead.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, even better.
Now here's Johnson. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
And watching Amir Johnson, Clark, he seems so casual about silently destroying opponents in the paint, and he's carried that air about him almost his entire career.
You know what? He's rarely had plays called for him, Kevin. He doesn't produce a bunch of highlights, but he's really potent. I mean, one of the league's best at defending opponents at the rim, grabbing in-traffic rebounds. Those both are valuable assets.
Humphries has checked in for Beal. Then for the Celtics, Jared Sullinger's checked in for Lee. Crowder comes in for Turner. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Marcus Smart. Washington with the ball. 4-point game.
And talking about Amir Johnson, he's really the last of a discontinued model, if you will. When the Pistons called his name in the 2005 NBA draft, the year before the rookie age limit was put in place, he became the last 18-year-old drafted into our league. And it did take him a number of years to kind of get up to the pro speed.
Now here's Wall after Jared Sullinger's miss. Good D by Sullinger.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Nene against Bradley. Johnson the screen. Thomas gets a wide open look, and the Celtics hit again from deep.
Guys, did you know not once in Johnson's 10 seasons has he averaged more than 11 points or 7.5 rebounds a game? Sometimes he doesn't even start. And yet, there's a certain sect of followers who feel Amir Johnson is among the most valuable, efficient players in the league.
Now, here's Thomas. Nene unable to get his shot to go. Thomas goes in, pass to Crowder. 6 on the shot clock. Nice ball movement by Boston. Wall against Johnson. Now here's Wall. He's guarded closely and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And for the last 3 seasons, what a talented young backcourt John Wall and Bradley Beal have become. Wall drafted 1st overall, Beal 3rd in different drafts. A little lottery luck, if you will, and great scouting of these two.
The Wizards shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight, and that one misses. Well, Clark getting back to Wall and Beal. They really complemented each other perfectly over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, you look at some of the great backcourts of any age over that time, and Wall and Beal right there with them. And it's good to be so young and talented, that's for sure.
Gortat's checked in for Washington. Oubre comes in for Jared Dudley. And he's good on the second.
And Washington put together a good season against the East last year. Ended up with that 46-36 record, with 30 of those wins coming against the rest of the conference.
Rejected by Wall. In transition, here come the Wizards. And here's Oubre. They get it again. Here is Thomas. Oubre pulls it in. Wizards 46-36 last season. That was good enough for them to land the number 5 seed.
Well, it was actually, Kevin, the same finish they had in the conference in 2014. Even though they won more games, Washington, though, was only 10-15 against the rest of the Eastern Conference playoff teams.
Here's Neal. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Now here's Thomas. He's got 8. He dishes it to Olynyk. Thomas against Wall. Pulls up. That doesn't go either for Thomas.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Picked by Humphries. And Neal kicks to Oubre. All with it. Now Thomas defending. Here's Oubre. Another shot. And it's finished off inside by Gortat. Gortat's got 10 points in the game.
They've been getting it inside at every opportunity and getting results, too.
Yeah, that's a winning formula as far as I'm concerned. They've been the aggressors and far more assertive on the offensive end.
Now here's Thomas. Wall with some nice D.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
The high post shot. The second effort and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Talk about complete control. Everything working in this one for Gortat. 8 rebounds, and he's blocked a shot today as well.
And he's clearly showing off his smarts in a few ways today. That block just being one of them. Just a savvy basketball player.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
That free throw good for Marcin Gortat.
Well, you could see a change in the play with the Celtics after the trade deadline last year. Adding Isaiah Thomas gave them some pop off the bench and really created some balance for them offensively.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Gary Neal. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. And that was something the Celtics needed, adding Thomas, a player that could come in and provide Clark instant offense for them off the bench.
And, Kevin, I think that was a turning point for them last year. I mean, they saw that they had a chance to make a big leap forward after the trade and responded accordingly.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. Zeller, who's checked in for Sullinger. The Celtics have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
That's good from Thomas.
And guys, as much as Isaiah Thomas can help you on offense, at times he can hurt you on the defensive side. Immediately posted up by whomever he's guarding, you have to give help. And, of course, that leaves your defense vulnerable, particularly on the weak side and controlling that defensive backboard.
Now here's Thomas. He's got 11. 1:10 left in the second quarter. Dishes to Zeller. Gortat with the rebound. Gortat's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Greg, you're talking about Isaiah Thomas before. Certainly his short stature limits him on Clark, the defensive side.
Yeah, but you know what? He doesn't rack up a ton of steals, given his instincts and quickness. I think he really focuses on making his impact at the offensive end.
Here's Thomas after the made shot from Kelly Oubre. There's the pick. Off the screen. Here's Olynyk. Got a piece of it, but they recover it. Sessions against Thomas. He kicks it to Crowder. Left side, Thomas. Launches a three. Thomas with another miss.
Yeah, the shot clock's off. This could be the last possession of the quarter.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. That's exactly what they should have in mind here.
The 17-footer. Sessions, no good. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Wizards lead by 2. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. I'm here with David Lee. And David, tell us what your approach was defensively in this game tonight.
Well, we made some mistakes here and there. Our biggest thing is if we don't turn the ball over, I think we're going to be okay. They got a couple easy buckets in transition.
Thank you for the time, sir. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exhilarating first half, to be sure. Welcome back. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be breaking down all the action for you. There was no stopping Marcin Gortat in the first half. He had 12 points, 10 rebounds, and 1 block. Some great work from him in the first 2 quarters. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
Well, they're generating points in the paint, which I like to see. Too often teams fall in love with the three, and the defenses can key on that. You want to keep your offense unpredictable, which is why you need to establish a presence inside. Once you do that, then you can play inside out, and you've got the defense right where you want it.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Celtics?
The three-point shot has really, really helped them out. I don't always like to see teams rely on the three, but when it's dropping like that, I say roll with it. They keep setting good screens, running these pick and rolls, they'll be tough to beat.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
Get ready to go, Wizard Girl!
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Marcin Gortat really making a difference here.
How about a double-double already? I mean, this is the sort of energy performance that just energizes your entire team.
He has impacted the game in a bunch of different ways. Really going to be hard to slow him down now. I tell you what, this has been fun to watch.
Here's Smart. The great pair of Wall and Beal are at the guard spots. Nene and Gortat team up in the paint, and it's Dudley in at the small forward position. That's Randy Whitman's 5 as we get into the second half. Pass to Bradley. Shot clock at 6. Zeller setting the pick for Bradley. And he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot. Bradley's got the game tied up here for the Celtics. Washington shooting about 42% so far. There's a screen by Gortat. Wall dishes to Dudley. Beyond the arc. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
Well, so far for Coach Brad Stevens, the Celtics have had nothing but praise for their outstanding young coach. No surprise for those of us who know Brad. The team is really moving ahead in the rebuilding process, and he gets a lot of the credit for that.
It's stolen by Wall. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
That's his second personal foul.
And part of the reason why the Celtics are ahead of schedule in their rebuild is because of Coach Brad Stevens. He has everyone on the same page.
You know what? You talk around the league about Coach Stevens, and other coaches are just astounded by his work ethic. People around the league think he's already a top coach and could be one of the greats by the time he's done if he stays at the professional level.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And the thing about Bradley Beal, when he suits up, the entire lineup becomes exponentially more potent. A quick, powerful athlete. Greg, high basketball IQ. Had the great teaching at Florida, carries it to the NBA. Opponents have to account for him, I think, on both ends of the floor.
And that's a great point, Kevin. I mean, coming out of college, a lot of people compared him to Ray Allen. I mean, he possesses that next level smoothness and body control that's often indicative of a true difference maker.
And it's Bradley off the drive. Here's Zeller. Gortat with the block. And he gets it back. And Beal kicks to Wall. And that one's good. Wall's got 11 points.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does. And, going back to Bradley Beal, the bottom line is he's a winner. Last year, the Wizards went 8-9 with Beal out of the lineup. Hard to argue with those facts and numbers.
That's his third varsity, the team's second.
Wizards leading by 7. To the inside. It's tipped. Lee with the steal. Turner against Beal. And Turner kicks to Lee. Bounces high off the rim and drops. He's got 7.
And when you talk about Bradley Beal, it's not just having him in the lineup that matters. It's having him at his best. When he's at 100% health, there are very few guards in the league who can keep up with him. Truly one of the game's great young talent. No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
Bradley with the ball, now guarded by Gortat. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Nene against Bradley. Nene, right side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Celtics trail by 5. Here's Bradley, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Taking a look at Avery Bradley, his career's been kind of up and down, Greg. Started out in high school where he developed into one of the nation's top prospects in high school.
It's a great point. And as a college freshman, really established himself as one of the top defensive guards in the country, won numerous awards, then enters the draft after only 1 year.
And he can't get the first one.
With Avery Bradley, he was the 19th pick in the draft for the Celtics. The outlook for him was great, but then ball handling and shooting injury concerns flattened out his development. He had a hard time getting over the hump for a few years, but he's over it now.
Boston making a switch here. Sullinger's checked in. And the second free throw, good.
And, you know, getting back to Avery Bradley, he's been dynamite the last 2 years. He's finally found consistency with the mid-range jumper and plays a complete game of basketball. With just a little more seasoning, I really feel like the sky's the limit.
And did not seem happy about how things are going on right now and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
Wizards leading by 4. And Wall kicks to Beal. Feeds to Nene. Outside, Wall. There's a screen by Gortat. Lee with the steal. Here's Bradley. With the second effort. No good. Gortat with the defensive effort.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Hit his leg. And they're saying he kicked the ball. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Passes it to Nene.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Bradley with the ball. He's picked up by Wall. Now Smart. He has 5. He feeds it to Sullinger. Off the pick. Here's Lee. Gortat with the block. Bradley with it. Wall attacking. Here's Nene. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got 3 assists tonight. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Wizards?
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Boston, no good that time either.
And boy, has he been struggling big time here in the quarter.
Yeah, he's played tight. I mean, you can see it. No flow at all to his game right now.
Celtics trail by 6. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And I love the fact that he didn't try to take on the defense by himself. Great pass on the move.
Now here's Wall. He's got 11. He had stolen by Sullinger. Now here's Smart. He's guarded by Dudley. Bradley can't get it to go. Well, looking at the Wizards, they weren't as lauded as other teams last season, but the Wizards were a ferocious group on defense. Numbers support that. Their activity, Greg, could really bother teams.
Yeah, I mean, on the surface, oftentimes people look at them and think offense, but it really was, to your point, Kevin, the defense was the strength of that group. I mean, they do get out in transition, but it was the defense, I thought, that really allowed them to become elite.
And he gets it to go. Bradley's got 5 points now this quarter. For Washington, they've gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Outside, Wall. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Gary Neal's checked in for Washington. The Celtics also changing it up. Johnson, he's checked in for Lee. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Avery Bradley. And that one falls for John Wall.
Well, you know, last season I thought the Celtics made some strong waves in the East. I mean, they kept fighting and fighting all season long, and they ended up in the playoffs because of that never-give-up attitude.
Now, here's Thomas. He's got 11. Sullinger is screen on Wall. Thomas goes in to the paint, stolen by Dudley. And here we go, the Wizards fast break. Neal's got the ball. Beal's shot is good.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
And for the Celtics, 28 of their 40 wins on the season came against the East. Not impressive, but it got the job done in a conference which could be had at times, obviously.
That's true, but what should be noted, Kevin, about the Celtics against the East is just how well they played against the Eastern Conference playoff team.
Right.
I mean, against the East top 8, they shot a lot better and executed a lot better as well. So you can see them stepping up their game against the competition.
So it's the Wizards now. After Isaiah Thomas missed from long range. Here's Neal. Turner covering. 6 to shoot. Fires from 18. The shot, no good. Now Boston takes it the other way. Thomas passes to Sullinger. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Washington making some changes. Chris Humphries has checked in for Dudley. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Bradley Beal. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. Jerebko's checked in for the Celtics. Crowder comes in for Marcus Smart. Now, here's Thomas. He's got 11. And there's the feed to Sullinger. Sessions against Thomas. With 1 on the clock, and the slam dunk by Johnson.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback.
Yeah, and if you look at it, had they been converting those second chances all along instead of waiting until now, who knows?
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Now, here's Thomas. The dish now to Jerebko. The three-pointer, no good. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. Here's Neal. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
That falls. Great assist by Ramon Sessions. Sessions has got 4 assists in the game.
Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Yeah, and I think he's going to let them know about it. I mean, they're playing some soft interior defense, and you can't win that way. That's a recipe for disaster if you're not going to play with some physicality inside.
Kelly Olynyk checked in for Boston.
Kelly Olynyk.
Here's Thomas. 11 points in the game. They set the pick. It's stolen by Sessions. And now Porter pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
It's been about tempo and pace with this group, and it's led to a huge advantage in fast break points.
Greg, it's really the main reason they're in front. All that early offense. I mean, when they've had the chance to push it, they've pushed it.
Here's Thomas after the basket by Washington. And Jerebko has it in the corner. No one covering.
2 points.
Really nice dime dropping there. Playmaking ability is exactly what you get from Isaiah Thomas.
And Sessions kicks to Humphries. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Now here's Thomas. And the pass to Olynyk. Nice ball movement by Boston. 6 on the shot clock. From the arc. Rebounded by the Wizards. Humphries has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
And for Chris Humphries, last year was a chance to sign with a playoff contender. The Wizards turned out to be even more than that, with the 4th best record in the East, and Humphries helped them to get there, averaging about 6.5 boards per game.
Now, here's Thomas. Benet unable to get his shot to go. Now, here's Thomas. 11 points in the game. Here's Crowder. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Crowder's got his first 3 points of the game.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
Picked by Humphries. Thomas against Sessions. Three-pointer. Rebound, Boston. Johnson's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Out to the right wing. Jerebko. And again, it's Boston converting.
Jonas Jerebko.
There's 42 seconds left to play in the 3rd. Sessions dishes to Neal. Sessions against Thomas. Porter in the corner. Here's Sessions. Johnson with the block. Jerebko, the pass to Crowder. Rebound, Washington. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And Sessions kicks to Neal. Fires top of the key. Off the mark. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. It's the Wizards. They lead by 8. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The 4th quarter of play should begin momentarily. Wizards leading by 8. Our 4th quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On the floor for Boston, Bradley and Turner filling out the perimeter. Tyler Zeller out there with David Lee, and it's Smart in at the point.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
Now here's Smart. Lee kicks to Bradley. Lee sets a screen for Bradley. 5 on the clock. Can't hit from the elbow. Washington shooting the ball at 42%. Bradley against Beal. And Dudley kicks to Wall. Here's Gortat. And that one comes up a bit short. Celtics trail by 8. Bradley dishes to Smart. Screen by Lee. Smart kicks to Bradley. And Tyler Zeller's going to pick up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
That's his 3rd personal foul.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Outside, Wall. There's a screen by Gortat. Wall passes to Gortat. Again, Gortat missing. Boston's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. Kicks to Smart. Pass to Lee. Baseline jumper. Good, and Smart gets the assist. 9 points for David Lee. Wizards leading by 6. And here is Beal. He dishes it to Wall. And again, Washington, no good. The Celtics have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Here's Turner. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. The Wizards have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Outside, Wall. Dishes it to Gortat. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
That's some grit and determination in the post. Essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Exactly. This is the time to attack on the interior and convert those easy opportunities.
And for Marcin Gortat, he was such a good fit for the Wizards last season. Actually, the last 2 seasons.
You know, he runs the floor very well for his size. A terrific finisher, solid in the pick and roll, can make the mid-range. You know, he's been one of the more consistent centers in our league.
Rebounded by Dudley. Wizards leading by 7. Beal dishes to Oubre. And he finishes nicely on the way.
You know, getting back to Gortat, he signed that 5-year, $60 million contract a couple of years back. Raised some eyebrows at the time because he's not a supreme athlete, but his size, effort, and refined skill set have made him worth it so far.
And talking about Gortat, I like what he can do for you defensively. Doesn't really have a vertical, but uses his length and timing to alter shots. And he moves his feet well enough to close out on shooters and also cover the pick and roll. So solid and complete in terms of a frontline player.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Brad Stevens was giving to his team. He is not pleased with the score and implored them to try to make a push right now, saying, "We don't have time, fellas. If we can't make a dent soon, I'll have to pull the plug." Pretty blunt, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Now here's Smart. Zeller, a screen on Wall. Smart kicks to Turner. And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Well, nobody really knew, Greg, what to make of Washington going into last year's playoffs. They came out strong with a big sweep against a pretty good Raptors team.
Yeah, how about taking them down 4 straight? And it was the first time a team has swept an opponent without home court advantage since 2011. Also was the first sweep for the Wizards in franchise history.
Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. It's Wall with the drive. Gortat misses.
And in the second round, the Wizards continued to be a tough opponent. I mean, they went up 2-1 on the Hawks, but were unable to keep the series lead. A lot of close, heartbreaking losses for them in that series.
And the Hawks would ultimately take down the Wizards last year in the postseason. John Wall and his injury were a big turning point in that matchup, and all those buzzer beaters for both teams made it one of the most interesting series of the postseason.
And that one falls for Zeller. Well, last year, Tyler Zeller both started and came off the bench, showed he could be an effective player even when playing heavy minutes.
Yeah, and if you look at the games that he played as a starter, he increased his usage, and it didn't bother his production at all.
Now here's Turner. Clock at 6. He kicks to Zeller. Releases from 15. Boston again missing. Wizards leading by 8.
And for Zeller last season, his numbers were the same or better as a starter. His scoring picked up a touch. Still had a great field goal percentage too, so really solid production in his first couple of years.
There's a screen by Gortat. Beal the pass to Gortat. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. And there's Beal. That's good on the assist from Gortat. And that's now 9 points here for Beal.
And I think the big thing for Zeller was that he found his role in the league. He knows he'll be an energy guy who has to make the most of his touches. And to his credit, he is nothing but a positive force on the floor.
And the Wizards with possession, following the bucket by the Celtics. Wall, that's good. And the Wizards lead by 11.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Smart dishes to Lee. Pass to Zeller. Feeds it to Bradley. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
Lee with a solid pick that time.
Wizards leading by 9. Outside, Wall. Passes to Beal. Gortat with a screen on Bradley. Here's Beal. And Evan Turner pulls it down. Turner's got 3 rebounds now in this one. He feeds it to Smart. Picked by Zeller. Smart kicks to Bradley. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
Now here's Wall. The feed to Beal. The dish to Oubre. Wall attacking. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
Here's Lee after the basket by Washington. 4 on the clock. Smart misses. Washington leading now by 8. It's Wall with the drive. Oubre with it. Now guarded by Bradley. Oubre can't get it to go.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
Here's Turner. No luck. Now the Wizards take it the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Dudley the pass to Gortat. And Beal kicks to Oubre. Gortat trying to break loose. Good work defensively by Turner. Celtics trail by 8. Here's Smart. Wall with the steal. The pass to Beal. Kicks it to Oubre. Here's Wall. It falls for basket number 9 from the field. He's taken 14 shots to get there.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Now here's Smart. He's tightly guarded. Lee dishes to Bradley. Back to Lee. Oubre pulls it in. Wizards leading by 10. Outside, Wall. It's Beal on the wing. No good with the triple. Oubre with the steal. To the middle, Gortat scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Now here's Bradley, and a wide open look for Zeller. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
Here's Beal. Left side, Wall. And that one's good. Wall's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Celtics trail by 12. Smart passes to Zeller. Screen by Lee. And Zeller kicks to Bradley. Back to Zeller. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Zeller's got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Pass to Beal. Back to Wall. Here's the teardrop. And the shot is good. Wall's got 24 points.
He is just tearing it up this quarter. That lead's not going anywhere while he's this hot.
And guys, there was a time where people wondered if John Wall could be a team leader. Well, that question has been answered and then some. Unquestioned leader of the Wizards.
The Wizards making a change here. Nene's checked in. Boston also with the sub. Isaiah Thomas, he's checked in for Smart. So it's Boston now, down by 12. Well, and for Wall, Greg, and leading the Wizards, it did take some time. Now he does so much, Clark, for the franchise.
On and off the floor. He's really the face of that franchise and has a chance, in my mind, to be an MVP candidate at some point in his career and is living up to the #1 draft pick hype.
Wall draws the double. And Dudley kicks to Wall. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here.
Well, I tell you what, Nene is a man among boys down low. Remarkable physical power. And he's also got a tough mentality about him. Just a real rugged individual.
And getting back to Nene, an obvious inside player with great impact. He looks and plays like a man possessed. Yet through last season, Greg, he's never averaged as much as 8 rebounds a game.
And, you know, his true value is measured in intangibles at times, not just on the stat sheet. He does all the dirty work so others can shine.
And that one falls for Zeller.
Take a look at what Zeller's been doing. He has 8 points and a decent little assist total for him, too.
No doubt they'd like to see that carry over to the rest of the team. Get good assist numbers all the way around.
Now here's Wall. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Gortat.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Thomas against Wall. Outside Thomas. Screen by Lee. Over in the corner, Turner. The 3-ball. Wall grabs the board. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
He hasn't had as many opportunities at the line as he had in the first half.
At the line for the Wizards, David Lee. Taking 2 shots.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he does get the second one, and that brings them within single digits.
Yeah, he cuts the deficit a little bit, but not as much as he could have. One miss can make a big difference.
Stolen by Thomas. And here we go. Bradley dishes to Zeller. We've got 1:18 left in the game. 5 on the clock. Here's Bradley. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Washington leading now by 9. Dishes it to Nene. Off with the layup.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
Wall draws the double. Nene setting the pick for Beal. It's tipped. Outside Thomas. The tray. That doesn't go either for Thomas. Clark, they're in good position here to ride it out.
Yeah, they certainly are. I mean, if they just play smart right here, Kevin, this game's pretty much over.
Well, the comeback hopes are out the window now. I think it's safe to say.
Yeah, it's a done deal. It's wrap time for this group.
Thomas against Wall. Nene at the elbow. Now Dudley. And so it's the Wizards with the W. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and that extra little bit of confidence.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Yes, I'm here with John Wall, and congratulations, John, on the win. What's the key to a performance such as this?
Well, man, we do a good job of helping. We know it's not one-on-one matchups. We do a good job helping, and that's our job is to come out here and play. And the way we play here, man, is we got to find a way to clear on the road.
Solid team basketball, John. Thank you so much. Guys, over to you.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark, Greg, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, John Wall. The entire second half was just phenomenal. You could see there was no way he was going to let them lose.
There are two types of point guards, Ernie. Kenny would know nothing about that. He shot the ball every time he touched it. Anyway, the guys who keep everyone involved and the guys who could do it all for themselves. He's a great distributor. He's always going to get his assists, but when they need someone to take over, Wall's the guy.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.